I lead new commerce for all of Asia here in based out of Singapore for Microsoft. I'm also joined by several of my Code Without Barriers Changemaker colleagues who are on the call. You will hear from one of them today. Her name is Summer. There's also Dr. Julia, who runs our hackathons. And if there's anyone else who's on the call and I missed, I apologize. But very happy to have our Code Without Barriers Changemakers join us today. We're also kicking this off. This is our second virtual Code Without Barriers meetup. We've run about 20 of these in person across the Asia Pacific. So very happy to have representation from over 10 countries at this point kind of joining us today. So the meetups are really an avenue for members or aspiring members of Code Without Barriers from our developer communities to join, to learn more about Code Without Barriers, hear from industry experts on topics of technology, and really a safe space for women to bond and collaborate on tech. So with that, I will just let us go into the agenda at this point. Thank you, Summer. So Summer, who is a partner marketing manager for ASEAN and Korea for Microsoft, and like I said, a fellow Code Without Barriers changemaker. She and I co-lead the developer communities engagement. And so Summer will do a quick intro about Code Without Barriers in case you're wondering what that's all about. For those of you who've joined our last virtual meetup, this shouldn't be anything new, but very excited to talk to any of the new members as well in terms of what Code Without Barriers is. So you'll get to learn about all of our pillars, how can you engage, why Code Without Barriers even started for that matter. So Summer's going to go through all of that with you. Then we have Dr. Mai. One of the key pillars of Code Without Barriers is mentoring and creating that opportunity for women in tech to learn and grow from each other. And so we have Dr. Mai, who's coming from our mentor pool. She will talk about her mentoring experience through Code Without Barriers, and she joins us from Malaysia. So thank you, Dr. Mai, for joining us. Then we have Diksha, who's going to talk to us about our favorite topic at Microsoft, which is Azure AI and Copilots. And we are a huge user. We're customer zero for Copilots, and we take great pride in using Copilot internally. And I'd love to hear from Diksha on some of the use cases that she will talk about. And then I'll come back to me where I will talk to you about a few of the next steps in terms of how you can get engaged and be part of Code Without Barriers if you're not already, as well as show you some of the activities that are happening. We have a hackathon that Dr. Julia is leading right now. We have the mentoring circles, and so we'll talk to you about it and give you the QR codes that you can get engaged and connected to Code Without Barriers. Okay, all right. Without further ado, I'll keep an eye out on the chat. As well as please feel free to pause, ask questions along the way. This is meant to be interactive and a learning across the board, so appreciate everyone chiming in as well. All right, with that, Summer, I'll hand it over to you.
Hey, thank you, Sindura. Hi, everyone. I'm Summer. I'm based in a country that is all year round. It's summer as well. I'm looking after the partner go-to-market for Azure in ASEAN and as well as for the Korea. And I'm very excited to be in this call. My understanding is we have over 10 countries across Asia has registered for this events. And with the growth that is driving from the Asia, we're also looking into increase the impact that we should apply for all these areas. And for the Code Without Barrier for this year, we are really excited because we are expanding to help the women in all Asias to achieve 50% gender diversities. And from us, all the change makers in the Code Without Barriers, we are purpose-driven in terms of we believe that the innovation, entrepreneurship, and the creators and the developers, we also need to reflect them into the society. And we are definitely very committed to close the gender gap in the region fast-growing cloud, AI, and the digital technology sectors. We are here to provide you a platform for female developers, founders, communities, and organizations, and continue to contribute to an inclusive economic growth. And I would like to share with you how we are doing that. We are doing through the multiple pillars. The first and foremost is, of course, our meetup. This is where all the aspiring members or existing members come together to exchange ideas, share insights, as well as looking into what's the next happening to them in the tech industry. And we also have a pillar of scaling. This is where we have providing the learning path certifications to equip our women developers to scale in the technology as well as the AI. And not only that, about the technology and scaling, we also know that there are aspects of the development, the human connections, as well as we providing the mentorship on leadership and be the advocate for our Code Without Barrier members. That's where we have our mentoring cycle as well as advocates over there. And you will hear more from Dr. Mai about her experience in the mentoring cycle. And we have hackathons, where this is a platform with the business problem statement. Our capable developers, women developers, come in and working collectively to solve the problems, addressing the challenges in the tech intensity way. We cannot do all of this without a partner. Hence, the partnership is also very critical in our Code Without Barriers. And I would like to share with you some progress we have made in the past few years. We are strengthening our efforts by extending Code Without Barrier to the entire Asia region. Year to date, we have 31 open source communities. We also have reached out an audience of more than 3,000 women in AI across ASEAN, ANZ, India, Japan, and joined the partnering organizations for 43 organizations, including GitHub, Girls in Tech Startup 2, and it's continuously growing. And we are very, very excited with your participations and looking into making a bigger impact through the network and the continuous learning. And just to highlight some of the activities in the past that we have done, and we have there are many events like the in-person, and we are starting this year of the virtual meetups like what we are having today. And we hear from a lot of people around their stories about Code Without Barriers. I cannot wait to hear from you all. So with that, I would like to pass back to Sindura for the next sharing.
Great.
Sindura, over to you.
Thank you, Summer. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my headset does something weird on Fridays. It's kind of shuts down, probably an indication that I need to wind down for the week. So let me know if you don't hear audio. I've had I think for the first meetup complete audio shutdown. So
Okay.
hopefully that doesn't happen today. Well, thank you for that introduction about Code Without Barriers, and for those in the audience, I hope you're thinking about where you can get plugged in, how you can engage, how you can scale up, how you can get help and build your own career in tech. And one of the ways in which we do that is through our mentoring pillar. So we do have, we've been running mentoring circles for the last few years through Code Without Barriers, where we bring in all of those logos that you saw earlier. We bring in mentors from all of our partners for Code Without Barriers. And these are usually very senior leaders or distinguished scientists in their own academic areas. And we bring them in and map them with our Code Without Barriers members who are eager to learn. It could be on topics of technology. It could be on topics of soft skills. It actually could be somebody who is already established a career in tech, or could be somebody who's a career shifter. So wherever you are, the mentoring is available, and you can make the most of it. So with that as the backdrop, we thought it would be great to hear from one of our mentors who's gone through the Code Without Barriers program, what her experience has been like mentoring and what her experience has been like through the Code Without Barriers program. So Dr. Mai, a warm welcome to you. Dr. Mai, I would love to do a brief intro about Dr. Mai. She is an interdisciplinary scientist in earth and data science based out of Malaysia. and she's obtained her bachelor's in natural resources science at the University of Malaysia, Kelantan, and pursued her PhD in earth and environment at the University of Leeds, UK. As I'd mentioned, sorry, I'm just going to clear my, sorry. Um, she has been a Code Without Barriers mentor. She's passionate about research. She's passionate about STEM, and she's done in-depth analysis of climate data. So thank you for everything that you do, Dr. Bai, for the Earth, and making sure that her work really was recognized at various climate research forums, and she is the foremost scientist in this space of climate research, and so especially in the ASEAN area. She was also awarded the Best Student Award in the EU ASEAN High Performance Computing School for 2 consecutive years in 2021 and 22. So with all those accolades, with all those accomplishments that she comes with, I love the fact that she's looking to pay it forward through the Code Without Barriers mentoring program. And so over to you, Dr. Mai, to talk to us more about the program. And Summer, you can help with the slides, please.
Yeah, I will do that.
So Dr. Mai, just cue us in terms of the slides and we can move them.
Yeah. Actually, I can share the slide already now. So maybe I'll just share. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Let me just share it. Oh, but if Summer has shared it, then it's fine.
Oh, I already stopped the sharing. You can start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you see my slides. Yes, you do. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Summer, and thank you so much, Sindura, for the kind introduction. That's a lot. I'm still learning, actually. And good afternoon, good morning to all of you wherever you are. Thanks very much for inviting me to give a short, brief sharing session on my mentoring journey. But I also like to add in my tech journey as well, because that's how I get into mentoring in this specific field, technology field. Okay. I joined the Code Without Barrier mentor since 2022 with 2 other industry mentors, one from Singapore and one from India. And I'm happy to share that we also, one of our mentees actually successfully secured a job right after our mentorship. So it's really great to see that our work has been producing, immediate fruits to our mentees. And so just to give you a little bit of background on how I get into tech and why I'm mentoring in this field is that, well, in our lives, we often, encounter hiccups. We tend to always react to it or blame our circumstances for it. But in reality, the way to overcome it is actually, the solution is actually always to respond. And how do we respond? Well, it has to first begin with an awareness within us to identify the internal and external strength. The external here, I will code it as opportunities, and the internal will be the self-initiatives. And I'm not going to talk about all the troubles that I got myself into, but you can read them on the slide while I just give a little bit of other descriptions. Okay. Now, the cycle of our setbacks, it's always like this: circumstances, and then we always need to identify how to get out of these circumstances, either by leveraging the opportunities that we have at that time, but as well as supplement it with our own self-initiatives. Okay. Now for me, for example, I somehow always manage to get myself in trouble, intentionally or unintentionally. But the key here is, back when I was still young, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, my mom, with the little that we had at that time, she provided the one most essential tool, which is the computer. And with that computer, you have internet, and internet brings abundance into the scarcity. So I leverage internet, and along the technological progress from the World Wide Web. We get social media, pioneer being MySpace and Friendster. And at that time, I was actually already I actually already fell in love with IT and I wanted to pursue it, but my mom was against it. So I self-taught myself HTML and CSS because, I don't get a formal education in computer science. Fine, I'll do it as a hobby. And then I got into a degree that not of my choice, but I eventually come to like it or love it even, in an entrepreneurial university. And being in an entrepreneurial university, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. So, but I was lucky because at that time it was the learning platform boom, and a lot of the other universities also put up their modules online. So I just leveraged on what the internet has to offer, and especially Coursera. At that time, it was free. Uh, but also from the entrepreneurial subjects that I took in my university, it opened up my world into the world of tech startups like Airbnb, Zipcar. And little did I know that I actually get to use their services when I pursued my PhD in the UK. So that just, makes me more and more excited to get into this tech industry. And yes, I got myself into trouble again because I pursued a PhD according to my interest and passion without really having the skills. But luckily, I have a very good supervisor who is also my mentor. He has trusted me. He said, "It's all right, you can learn." So I learn it. Well, hard way and easy way. Hard way is through Stack Overflow. At that time, people weren't that friendly online, but it is friendlier now. Um, but I'd like to highlight that all these technological tools, they can help us in our journey in solving our problems, but the human touch is always still essentials, and we always need to seek out people who has more experience than us to help us in our journey. Now I know I get this often, that introverts will always want to sit behind a desk or behind a book to avoid talking to people. But I'd like to invite you to delve deeper into your introverted traits, because there's one powerful trait in it, and it's just amazing. Um, you will find that when you approach people to learn about something you're passionate about, uh, you will be natural at it. So don't be afraid of talking to people, because once you know what topic to ask, you reach out to one person and you'll just be natural. Okay. And I've just given this advice to an introverted student of mine yesterday. And how do I know this? Because I'm an introvert myself. Okay. Um, but I don't allow you know, my introversion to keep me from talking to people, because my thirst for knowledge was more powerful than my fear. So, and as you learn, you not as you approach these people, you not just gain knowledge, you actually get their energy, and you feel like you want to impart this energy to other people. So you tend to want to teach them. And that is why uh, I got into mentoring in the way I do. So what I did was I took the initiative to introduce technical training, scientific computing training into existing modules when I got back to the university where I currently work at. And I also got involved in providing trainings on Microsoft Azure and Power BI. But I also, because knowing that technology or AI or even coding is still somewhat new. I wouldn't say it's new, but it's somewhat new to some of the population. I took the initiative to to write a book on Python 3 essentials in the very basic language as possible so that people can understand it easily. And how the way I wrote the book is all through my experiences that I learned from learning by myself during my PhD. Okay. Now, all of these things, I together with my team, we recognize that there is a need to combine tech and domain knowledge together because we believe that that is the future. Computer science cannot stand alone, and a domain subject cannot stand alone. So we want to get these two together. And because my domain knowledge is in earth and environment, we produced a new bachelor's degree program in environmental analytics, which we will be offering in September this year. So the way I do my mentoring is by incorporating tech into the curriculum with that energy, that energizing energy that I get from talking to people. Because we are humans essentially, and we need that human touch. Energy is one form of these human touches. That's why I often describe myself as an energizer. You know that rabbit with the battery or battery with the rabbit? That's how I often describe myself. But anyway, I'd like to specifically share how my core mentor and I approach the CWB mentorship the past years. There are many different kinds of approaches, but it ultimately comes back to bringing order to chaos. So what we did was, the first step is in our first session, we would listen to our mentees to get to know their circumstances. And then we want to guide them into the thinking mode. But after the first session, after hearing all of what they have to say, we go back and we customize questions that suits their circumstances. And in the second session, we gave them a form and get their feedback on that. From that feedback, we then carve out tools for them. So then what we found is that these people, mentees, they usually already have a set of skills. It's just that they don't know how to package them together. So what we do is we do a skills inventory analysis as well as time management, because often a lot of people are not aware how we use our time. So it's essential to bring that to attention to mentees that, you know, that we just need to improve our time management. That's all I can say for now. And finally, we would encourage the mentees to take action, deploy step 1 and 2, and put it into action into a project that they wanted to do, whether it be a data analytics project or a career shift or a career development project. Essentially, what mentoring gives is a structure to your daily life, so that you can get to the destination of success that you wanted. Okay. And I'd like to share this one biggest lesson that I learned from mentorship is that mentors can change lives, but students change mentors more. I cannot, I couldn't agree with this more, because it really is true. I learn a lot from the mentees because different people brings with them different ideas, perspective. And what humbles me most is that there's so much in a human capacity and capabilities that are yet to be unraveled, activated, and manifested. And the role of mentors is to do this, to manifest this energy and this potential to transform our world better and better. Okay, so with that, I'd like to encourage everyone uh, to be a mentor and to get mentored as well. Um, and I'd like to share that finally I get a lifelong mentorship since 2023, thanks to WeDo. So I don't have to worry about finding who my next mentor will be. But yeah, so I'll just like to encourage you to share what you learn and then teach what you learn. And in that cycle, will just loop back and you will learn more and more. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Dr. Mai, for those lovely sharings. I think it was so authentic in terms of your journey, in terms of just how you approach mentorship, and your passion certainly shows. And more power to you in all of the research and all of the your new program that the environmental analytics program. So we wish you all the best,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for your time to inspire us today. Um, with that, we'll pass on to Diksha. Diksha, yeah, I see your video. We'll let you take over and talk to us about Copilot.
Yeah, thank you everyone for inviting me over here, and I would like to share my screen. So for getting started, just give me a minute. Yep. So first of all, thank you all the mentors who are here to sharing their insight and their views for mentoring the session. And it's a really great honor for me for sharing the stage with all of you. But let's get started due to the time constraint also into the Azure AI side, and we'll talk about how AI comes in the pictures and how nowadays in the Azure side, basically we are using AI. So before getting started, I would like to introduce myself. So yeah, hello everyone. Myself Diksha Sharma, and I am Microsoft certified trainer, and specifically into the cloud architect domain. I have like 14 different certifications I've completed into cloud, and my key domain area into data and AI side, where majorly into the ETL warehousing and on the AI related stuff that I will be talking on delivering session, or as I has mentioned on the mentoring side. So yeah, so on those areas I'm pretty much involved, and over here I got a chance to share my insight on Azure AI services and the Copilot things which we have. So would like to start with that. So in this session we are going to talk about what are the what is the some core fundamentals that we have related to AI. On top of that, what are the AI related services which we have available into Azure platform, and we'll try to cover a small demo where we can see how AI can a small AI demo where how you can integrate your AI services for doing the different type of analysis, or maybe the building some model. So that also we will see. So let's get started over here. And we are going to see, first of all, some AI concept. And before jumping into that, like, okay, what is AI? Like nowadays, you can see in the market, everyone is talking about that, okay, AI comes up, and then here, like different chatbots has come up. They are coming up with the Gen AI models. And as well as you can see in the market, there are a couple of different tools or couple of different APIs or versions are coming up, like Midjourney, DALI, or we have like ChatGPT, OpenAI is also coming up. So these are basically nowadays you can see earlier we were using like some core tools and over here, but now from nowadays you can see we are getting some these new version upgradation with the help of this AI comes up in the picture, and over there we are getting so many new features that we can think of, but now we can implement also, okay, with the help of AI. So first of all, like now everyone is talking about AI. So what is AI? Where we can simply integrate our own solution in the different perspective. Like you can see here, nowadays we are using this AI on the shopping related things, browsing related thing. Now on that basis, getting the recommendation also. Like you search something, and then from the back end, your all the information, related information will be collected, and the respective information will be shared with you, that you are going to be focused. So basically, AI as a human being, we are discussing, we are sharing our knowledge, we are talking about some topic. I'm sharing my insight, like, okay, you are sharing your insight, that we are communicating with each other. But now here we are expecting a particular model or maybe a particular machine to give the answer on the respective to that, or maybe to predict the solution as per that. Like for example, there is some cases that, okay, you can say nowadays there are so many celebrities, they are coming up with some unrealistic images. Okay, like I want to see that, okay, Bill Gates in the uniform, or like in the uniform, or maybe I want to see Bill Gates in the form of some rock star dresses. So these type of images we have seen. There are some different areas that we have been that has been covered. So over there we have seen that, okay, now we just need to give the instruction, and on that basis we can expect that, okay, your machine or basically your AI things are going to be respond back. So basically here a software or a model or a tool that we are going to build over there as an input, we can share like, okay, what are the information that need to be passed. Like I want to pass that like draw a image where the red is on the moon. Okay, that is just a simple example. Now here we will Google, but will not see all the relevant images. But here, with the help of AI itself, here it is going to predict, and you will be more descriptive while giving the instruction. On that basis, it is going to, you will see that, okay, there are set of images will be available as per the description you have. Similar way, I want to implement, I want to share as an input that, okay, I have this image, and then I want to do the face analysis, facial recognition. Okay, I want to understand that, okay, in which mood my in which mood the person are with respect to that. I want to share the relevant information, like person is in the good mood, so in that case the relevant recommendations are coming up. Or maybe a person want to go on the vacation, so as per the mood we are deciding that, okay, what type of recommendation need to be shown over here. So the same thing we are expecting over here, a software or a machine to come up instead of setting up any agent, or maybe setting up some services over here, or maybe hiring some person. Now all these things can be handled by your AI model itself. So here basically we are training a software that is going to intimate for your all the human capabilities. Like I'm going to give some input, I'm going to train my model. On that basis, we are going to see some set of outcome. So first of all, we need to build the your models as per the AI thing. Like we have a different segment within AI also. So AI itself is divided into some sub segment that is going to be covered, where we are going to do the production. It is going to understand the same kind of pattern is coming up. On that basis, we'll see that, okay, the output is going to become. And also here you can see some abnormal events or unusual events happen. Like, okay, there is a normal transactions are going on, but there are some unwanted transaction, or the high amount of transaction that generally won't happen from that is going on. So these type of pattern it is going to understand, it is going to protect that any anonymous activity will not handle. Similar way, for any kind of visual input you can provide. Like I want to see how many people are entering into the mall, what is the traffic range on the road, and how many type of vehicles are going on, what are the objects are there. So different type of object detection in these things we can do over here. Similar way here, we are going to see that, okay, nowadays in the phone and in your laptop or in browser and everything, you can see the inbuilt AI options are available. That is basically helpful in the different segment. Like for example, I am comfortable with Hindi or English language, but now I'm talking to a person who might be comfortable with French or maybe Spanish language. But I have a language barrier over here. I don't know the language directly to communicate. Now here your AI comes up in the picture, where you are, while communicating itself, like on the real time basis. I'm communicating with someone over the phone or over the text, but the person who to whom I'm talking about, he is going to talk to you in French or in Spanish, but your AI is going to convert it in your the native language on that you are comfortable, or you should be understand. So in that case, now there is no language barrier, and on the real time basis, we will understand that, okay, what will be the we don't need a specific translator time. On a real time basis, we can handle these type of scenarios with the help of AI. In similar way, I am going to be search some specific amount of data. There are n number of website, they are providing the different details and everything, but I want the specific problem statement, the specific result. It could be related to coding, it could be related to for searching some different areas. So in that case, here you have a knowledge mining features available. with the help of that, you can see the some specific set of amount of information that is meaningful for you, that is more relevant for you, that you should be getting with the help of this AI. So AI is basically nowadays, you can see it is everywhere. We are surrounded. We are anyhow at some place we are using, like we are using some Alexa, or we are using some chatbot, okay, or we are using the virtual assistant. All these things like Siri or all these things are going to become under your AI inbuilt AI features also. So now here your AI part has been divided into different segments. So if you see here, these are the some different segment or the workloads comes up in the picture, where we are going to see these are the different areas that has been divided. So first one you have is the machine learning. Okay, on the basis of the machine learning, we will build the machine learning model. We will share the input of your data, like historical data or huge amount of data. We will send as an input. We are going to train your model, and on that basis, we will see the prediction or the output. Okay, like I want to see that, okay, sales of the car. I want to see the sales of the house. Weather forecasting we are doing, or prediction of some diseases. So there are a number of ample amount of example you can see where machine learning will come in the picture, and on that basis we are going to see the predictive model approach, where we are going to share the large amount of data for training your model, and on that basis we'll see that, okay, predictions we are doing, or maybe we are seeing the outcome, and on that basis we are doing the forecasting or showing the result. Now the machine learning itself is going to follow the different algorithms or different models that will be on the different segment. But yes, here in the your machine learning is also a part of the AI. Like generally as an AI engineer or data scientist, you will see, okay, we are building the machine learning model, and on these things we are going to be covered. Then next we have the computer vision. Now computer vision wise, like generally we'll see nowadays, okay, I have shared some input as an audio file, video file, and with the help of that here, like camera or some these different input images, PNG, JPG file, these type of data I have sent up as an input. Now here with the help of computer vision, we are doing the analysis. Like, okay, there are different type of analysis we can do. Like I want to do the object detection, like how many objects are there. Like for example, I'm booking a meeting room. I want to make sure that, okay, is there any person who is available inside the meeting room or not. So I want to do the object detection. I want to see the face detection, like in a particular image how many face can be detected. I want to do the face analysis, like what is the facial expression of that particular person. I want to do the like a face recognition, where in the image which person is there. I want to recognize that person, that, okay, like there are some celebrity images initially we have tested out, and we have trained our model. Now, as an output, we are expecting that, okay, person is coming up. So whatever input or the celebrity image we have shares, on that basis as an output, we are identifying that, okay, what type of image it is. So then here as a different operations as an input we are passing, like I give a particular image. On that basis, I want to see what type of image it is, what are the key components can be observed inside this image, and what is the image talk about. Like here we are considering your a particular lady standing on the road, and the person who is walking on the street. So the particular descriptions will get, particular tags will get, okay, what are the information are there, what are the things can be notified. So here your computer visions will coming up. Here we are going to share as an input your images, videos, or JPG or PNG file and MP4 file, and on that basis we are going to build your AI model, where we'll see that, okay, how we can do the understanding on top of your current visuals that you have seen. So similar kind of information, like in the form of images or videos, I'm going to share. On that basis, we can further do the analysis. That comes under your computer vision. Then after that, you have a natural language processing. Now here, natural language processing is going to come up with the feature of your uh, what type of communication is going on. Like, okay, here you can see in the social media someone has write it down the comment, so it's a positive comment, it's a negative comment. So we can train on the basis of some negative words or comments. On that basis we can understand, okay, as per my organization with the specific hashtag, how many positive or negative comment I receive. I'll understand the speech recognition. I'll understand that, okay, the particular sentence that has been given, that is a basically order or request, or maybe a particular person who is trying to convey something information. So what type of detail it is. Similar way here, like for example, I am going to like while we are talking, or I'm going to communicate something. On top of that, I want to convert that text to speech, like or speech to text. Like currently I'm saying something, but that need to be coming up as a notes. Similar way, there is a notes, though then I want someone should be reading So in that case, text to speech or speech to text model, you can take it. Then similar way, you have a document intelligence option available. Now here in the document intelligence side, you can see there are capabilities of AI where you can see we can deal with different options. Like you are sending the PDF file, and inside the PDF file you are going to, like, you have some invoices or you have some receipt, and then from there you want to extract the information, extract the required information that is meaningful for you. So here you can do the like a document intelligence side where you can see reading the text from any PDF file, or converting the text into the PDF side, or then analyze the document. Okay, so all these things we can see. And similar way, we have a knowledge mining available where you can see I am going to extract some relevant information or more common in used detail. But here you can see I'm looking for a more relevant information that is quite uh, more common to my problem statement. Okay, so I have n number of website, from there I'm fetching the result. But here, with the help of knowledge mining, I can simply extract the data from different uh, while training the data, I can training my model, I can extract the meaningful information from my knowledge store. Then I have GenAI recently introduced with ChatGPT coming up with the OpenAI feature, and then generative AI, where you can see here in it is going to be work in the generative manner, where whatever input I'm going to give, on that basis it is going to pre-trained, and on that basis whatever input I'm giving, it is going to be learned from them itself. And then here it will be a you can build like a conversational chatbot, like, and you can share as an input, okay, image, code, snippet or something, and then on that basis you can ask the you can see the output or the predictions over here. Generative AI basically is going to be work into your LLM in the backend, and over here we will see that okay, a particular content will be is going to be coming up, and here multiple AI models are coming up that is following your generative AI. So these are the different workload that is going to be handled by your AI. And apart from that, here if we talk about on Azure, so in Azure also there are multiple different services are available that is going to be followed with respective to your AI side. So if you see here, as first one you have is the Azure machine learning, where you can see simply you can build your machine learning workspace, and simply you can attach your machine, you can simply attach the compute and data store, and then you can build your machine learning model on top of that. So inside that, here we can simply see that it is machine learning workspace on Azure environment is providing you a UI, where as a you as a user you can simply go sign up and start building your machine learning model. There are pre-built models are available. So if we see here, we have these are the different type of machine learning models are available that has been categorized: supervised machine learning model and unsupervised machine learning model. Supervised machine learning model where you are going to provide the labels, unsupervised machine learning where we are going to provide the unlabeled data. So we have two segments whenever we are going to talk about the machine learning side: training data and testing data. So training data that you are going to use for building your machine learning or maybe this model, and then testing basically the data that you have never used earlier for building the machine learning model, but now for the testing purpose you are going to use. So we'll generally work into 60-40 ratio or 70-30 ratio, and on that basis 70% data you want to use it for the training data, and then 30% you are going to use for the testing side, and then you will see how much accurate prediction you are getting. So we have a different type of machine learning model available, and all algorithm you can see that you are going to choose at the time of defining. So you have a supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning model. Supervised machine learning model, that is basically a labeled data you are going to provide as an input, but unsupervised we are going to provide the unlabeled data. So in the labeled data, further this supervised has divided into further section like regression and classification. So in the regression model, where basically a label should be a numeric value I'm going to provide. Okay, that okay, how much values we are going to be provided. So that should be a label data. Like okay, the person could be diabetic or not diabetic today. Bicycles are going to be rented or not. So a numeric value as a label we are going to provide. But in the classification, basically label is going to be on the categorization basis. Like okay, they are same category of the people, same category of the product, same category of the particular disease. On these things, that is going to be divided into the classification model. Then we have a clustering model. Now clustering model is basically we are going to group same type of things. Like for example, I want to see all the vehicle that is coming up, electric vehicle, that will be in the one group. Another the vehicle that is going to consume diesel, that is in the different group, and then who is going to consume the petrol, that will be in the different group. So as per the emission, I'm going to make the different group. Similar way, different type of flowers, it could be in different color, but yes, here the flowers are same. I'm going to make them in a single group. So that is going to be come into the clustering. So whenever we are going to create any machine learning model, we need to choose these different type of machine learning model for prediction, and on that basis here you are going to use first is the training data. Now on the training side we are going to simply as an input we are going to provide that, okay, hey, I have like a, for example, 10,000 row, so 7,000 rows I'm going to send, like generally we'll use a like large amount of data, but as an example I'm just taking 10,000 only. So as an input, I'm going to share like 7,000 record, and on that basis, I'm going to do like training my model, and then while training, I'm going to choose that, okay, which algorithm is more relevant, and on that basis, we are going to simply use it for doing the prediction. So initially, I'm going to share this algorithm. I'm going to generalize the relationship. I'm going to choose on which column basis I want to do the prediction and these things, and then after that, we are going to do the machine learning model thing. And once we are ready with your machine learning model, we are going to use your testing data. And on that basis, you will see that, okay, you are getting how much accuracy while doing the prediction. Okay, so if you are getting the good accuracy, so in that case here, okay, like it is more than 90 and 90% these things. So it means, okay, we are good in the production side. Now, similar way, we are going to evaluate that, okay, all the checks has been performed. So that generally is going to be follow into your machine learning side, and that we are going to use it over here while test training, then doing the modeling with the different algorithms that you have, and then you are going to do the prediction or testing, and then we are going to finally use that model with the different use cases. So for that here you have a one is the machine learning workspace that is provided on the Azure platform, that you are going to integrate with like your pre-built like it's a basically platform as a service, you can say, available on the Azure platform, where you have the compute and everything you can attach. Simply use it. You want to create your own machine learning models from scratch, you can go with that. You want to go for auto ML automated machine learning model, then also you can go for that. And you want to write down your own customized script, that also you can do that. There are different ways that we can use it. Apart from that, there are other services also available in Microsoft Azure. So that is first is your Azure machine learning workspace that I mentioned. That is a platform that you will use for training, deploying, and managing the machine learning model. Over there, there are some pre-built scripts, sample data also available. Also you have the environment also ready, so you just need to use it, and then you can simply integrate with the different services that we have. Then you have Azure AI services. Now here you can see, as we are talking about AI related stuff, so now in this AI services you have all the different workload that we have talked about. Okay, within this Azure AI service you can do computer vision also. Okay, like where you are going to take a the input as an image and doing the analysis. Then you can use the speech to text, text to speech, language detection, anonymous detection, generative AI. Everything will be part of your Azure AI service. So machine learning workspace we are going to use for ML part. Azure AI service we are going to use for, apart from that, all the workload we have discussed, that you can simply integrate. Then you have a cognitive service here. Here also basically you can use it for data extraction, data mining, okay, and for searching, indexing, or intelligence search, that basically we can use. So these are the major key AI related services on Azure. ML related thing, your computer vision and the like a generative AI and these things, we can go for AI services, and then you have Azure cognitive services. So these are the key components. So if I show you how your Azure AI is going to be work, and if I take you on the Azure platform, so before that, here you can see in Azure, when we are going to create the service, you need, this is your one resource. So you are going to deploy one resource. Then after that, you can simply use this resource for the different use cases. Like for example, I created one AI model for doing the image analysis. I want to pass some image and I want to see that, okay, what type of image it contain, what type of information is there. So on that basis here, as an input, it is going to take that image, and then you can take their endpoint and an authentication key. Okay, and then on the basis of that, we can simply authenticate and we can connect. So basically, Azure AI Services is a standalone service that is available, that you can integrate with couple of different AI related to handling the different AI related workload, like computer vision. You want to do NLP, you want to do the document intelligence, all the thing you can handle with the help of Azure AI Service itself. Now here it is basically you just need to deploy what type of AI service you need, and you can simply integrate with services. How you can integrate, you just need to take the REST endpoint, like your endpoint that should be authentication, and then keys. On that basis, I can simply connect, and then I can simply deploy the service. So here, let's have a look what on the Azure side also, how it's going to be work quickly. Okay, so now we are on the Azure platform, and here we are on the portal.azure.com. So if I go into this in the fourth panel, and if I go to the AI services, here you can see inside this AI services, we have the first option is AI and machine learning side. So Microsoft Azure has been categorized. There are 2,000 plus services available with respect to different domain like data, DevOps, or databases and everything. So now if you see in the AI and ML side, these are the preferably used services you have available. So these are two major things that we have discussed, like Azure AI Studio, where you have a most of the AI related services available that you can do all the computer vision and everything. Now this is your machine learning workspace where you are going to build your machine learning model and all the area. Then AI search that we have seen that okay, if you want to do the knowledge mining and everything, then you can go with the AI search. Apart from that, here you can see there are some other things also available. Like you can see anonymous detector if any kind of anonymous operations has been done that can be handled over here. Or I want to go for chatbot. I want to build some chatbot. So it's also a platform as a service. There are some pre-built one where you can build a chatbot. Or you want to do a document intelligence, document analysis, or you want to see some like a face API detection. I want to build one face API detection to understand okay what is the to analyze the face, to understand the facial expression, to understand that okay what type of person is there, facial recognition, language understanding, or I want to integrate with Azure OpenAI. So there are a couple of different tools are available. Okay, like translator as I mentioned, I want to change the language from one to another. Like I have like I am comfortable with English or Hindi language, but then other person is comfortable with a different language, so with the help of translator we can simply do, or speech services. So these are some inbuilt or mostly platform as a service, or through API you can integrate, and then simply you can use this platform for integrating your AI solution. And you can as an input pass your data. It could be in the form of images, it could be form of the video, it could be form of the text file, document, everything. And on that basis you can build your solution, and then you can use it for the production. So there are couple of different services are available related to AI and machine learning. Now if you see, if I'm going to create one Azure AI service, so you can go to the Azure AI Studio, and inside that simply you can create an AI service. And similarly, if you are interested to go into the like different services, like we have talked about your AI services. So you can see here we have Azure AI services are available. So if you click on this, now you can see here in the left panel there are a couple of different services all there, like already there. You can see Azure AI service, that is one. Then after that, OpenAI you can integrate, AI search you can integrate, computer vision you can integrate, where you are going to pass input as an images and everything. Then Face API you can build. So here all this part of your Azure AI service itself, and you can simply create it. Okay, as it's providing a platform, and then after that you can simply see that okay what type of AI service you want. Like I want to build one chatbot. So I can simply click on the create, and then I can provide the required detail like in which location you want to deploy, and you can simply set up the services and prerequisite detail all should be there, like you should have a subscription resource group, and then you are going to simply deploy a bot service, and then you can feed this with your frequently asked question, or you can train your chatbot okay with these type of Q&A like a virtual agent you are building, and then all this information can be handled over here. So I have created one simple Azure AI service model. Now here inside that here, what I have done is I have written down a code that could be simply integrated. So so this is for basically I created one AI demo one account. Okay, and inside that what I have done is I have simply integrated. And over there, once you go into the key and endpoint, as I mentioned, I can reuse this AI model with the help of this keys and endpoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this keys, and then I'm going to use this and model, and then I can simply authenticate it. Okay, so this is my endpoint, and this is the key. If I'm going to click on show, so this is the key. So like here you can see we have some ample amount of images available. Like I want to see that okay what this image talk about. So as a human being we should be able to understand what this image is talking about. Like I have another image also available. So here I want to see okay what type of images we have, and I want to understand, and then on that basis I want to see that okay what it is basically. So that prediction we want to give it. So this is currently available over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this input as an pass this image as an input, and then I'm going to connect with our AI service. Okay, so for that, what I have done is I have already deployed this service. Now I'm going to, if you want how you can create it, you just need to go it over here and then you can simply integrate. So that is not an issue. And let's go to this service and then we are going to copy the keys that we have. And here you can see this is the code that I have write it down or maybe use it over here. So here I'm going to use it for the one PowerShell script I'm using. And then inside that we are going to simply use for your model part. So here you can see we are in the okay. So here we are in the analyze image PowerShell script. Here I'm going to pass that okay, which image I want to see. So it is a store camera for JPG image. Okay, or maybe the which image I want to try. So first thing is you need to pass the keys or endpoint over here. So let's copy the keys or endpoint over here. So this is the endpoint that we have copied. And let's pass the keys also. Okay, and then let's save this. Okay, so I did a control S and then from there we are going to simply save it. So here you can see this is the name of my file. Okay, so you can take it like any name, like I'm going to take it for store camera 2 JPG. Um, I'll do this. And we want to pass it this. Like let's take this image. Control S. Or maybe I'll take it this. Um, and I'll take one more, two more images. So in that case, we can simply use it. Okay. So let's run. This is our code. Let me copy this. Now you can see here we are getting the output. I just expand this a bit. So what we are getting as an output. So here you can see we are getting a woman holding. So what I have given is I have provided this storage camera, so store camera 2.jpg. I'll show you one more time this image. So store camera 2 JPG is this one, where a woman is in the with the shopping cart. She is inside the supermarket. Now here you can see the same images that we have passed. So I'm running this script analyze image.ps1, and here we are passing a woman holding a shopping cart in a grocery store. And then what are the objects? There is a 1% that has been given. So this is a description. First of all, we are doing image analysis. Okay, so this is the script that we have used for image analysis. And over there we are seeing that okay, here first description we are getting okay that a woman, she is holding a shopping cart in a grocery store. Then the object is 1% has been detected. And then what are the tags means what are the object it is able to detect, like text, person, woman, marketplace, and shop. So here you can see there are some particular only one movement it has detected, and these are the things it is able to understand. Now let's try with some other images also. Okay, now let's try with this store camera 4.jpg, and I'm replacing it with our second image. I saved it, and then I'm running same command again. Now here you can see we are getting the description is okay. Now here you can see this is our image. So where you can see there are two members and then they are talking. So if you see as an output, a man and woman looking at a phone in a grocery store. Okay, so there is a lady that she is holding the phone also. Now how many object it has been directed? So there are three times she is directing one person because there are total three member. Okay, one, two, three, and then the person is holding the phone also. So these things it is able to understand. Then after that, what are the things it's able to take it, like text, person, marketplace, store, fruit, all this thing it is able to take it from here. Okay, on that basis here you can see simply I have not done much changes. Simply I have created one Azure AI service, this one from the portal, and I have taken the a keys and endpoint from here, and then after that I have integrated these keys and endpoint to use it. This is the same AI demo 2024, and then I am passing as a input your file, and then I am going to see that okay, read all the files from here and then give the as per that what value we are doing. So here basically we are using computer vision service for image analysis because we want to see what are the object has been detected, how many persons are there, the part of this image. So all these things we are going to be cover over here. So this is just a small demo. Like similar way, we can do the text analysis. We can do the classify the images. There are ample different type of options also, the features also available that we can use it. And then simply we can use this Azure AI services. With the help of that, you can do the computer vision and other things available that we can simply use it. So yeah, so I try to just show in the small time quick demo that we can integrate. So yeah, on that basis, similar way we have this generative AI and these things also coming up. Like you can see with the help of this generative AI here in the norm in the AI, basically we are giving as an input on that basis a specific amount of information we are getting. But with the help of generative AI, the specification that we are giving on that basis more accurate result which we are getting because generative AI is learning from themselves. It's here you can see now new versions are coming up now that will be a more upgraded version. So with the help of generative AI here, whatever information you are providing, it is going to learn from itself and then more accurate result it is going to give. It could be it can handle your images as an input, it could be handle your videos, or maybe the text you are passing, files you are passing, anything. So with the help of that, you can use this Azure AI services in different aspects, and on that basis, you are, can simply build some small use cases. Then you can jump into the like a full core into the machine learning or in the AI side also. So I just want to give the summary that these are the things that we have understand. What is AI, common workload in the AI, and then how machine learning comes in the picture. What are the different type of machine learning model you have? Some Azure basics that you can see, and AI services in the Microsoft Azure, and how Azure AI services will work. And we have seen a small demo also with related to Azure AI service on Azure platform. So after that, I'm going to be open for a question. I know that okay, I have not taken any question now in between, so I'm open to the question. And then apart from that, thank you again once again for inviting me over here and sharing my input. You guys can connect with me also on the social media while referring this QR code or referring this link. But yes, any question, then I'm open for question. Anything.
Thank you, Diksha. Due to the time, I would like to take a transition and to share some other resources to the participants. Right. What is the next step? We have several activities going on. Now, our CWB Hackathon, as well as we have quite the AI Odyssey from the March to June is June Asia wide, where you can get the skill training for AI 102 as well as AI 900. And we also have the ongoing schedule about the mentoring cycles. To give the team more context, the CWB Hackathon, which is a really good platform for you to test the scaling that you have learned to solve the real business problems, and also have gained exposure to our partners as well as the customers who are having the problem statement and gaining the prizes in terms of internship or job opportunities. Okay, and we have extended the registration until 31st of May. So if you are interested, do scan the QR code and join the and register for the hackathons. The next is the AI Odyssey, which is to learn about new Microsoft AI applied skills. You will earn the credentials, and there are exciting prizes for you. So similarly, I have the QR code here. If you are interested, you can scan the QR code. My colleague Chan has also posted the links over there. Last but not the least, we would like to welcome you in our Code Without Barriers group and see you in our next meetup as well. For more information, you can visit our website as well as join our LinkedIn group to stay up to date on our Code Without Barrier events and activities. With that, I would like to thank for all of your time. If you are okay to turn on your camera, we would like to take a group photo.
Yeah.
Chan, is that okay? You operate from your camera and help us to take a group photo? Okay. Right. Let's give another 1 minute. Appreciate that you can turn on your camera and for us to take a photo. Thank you. Okay, I will take now from page 1. Sorry, let me do another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, I have a next page. So page 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you, everyone, and I wish you have a great weekend. And looking forward to see you in other activities of Code Without Barrier. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.